Everyone shows you this part, but nobody shows you this. So let me show you both. This is how I built a 200K per month Google Ads agency. So where was I before I built the agency? I was actually running an e-commerce brand back in the day. It wasn't doing too bad. It was growing and growing, but I made a critical error. I signed up to one of these discount websites where they sell on behalf of you. So you can, they'll offer your service, they'll sell at a discounted rate. I did the mathematics wrong. It was a subscription service. So it doesn't matter if they sell it for 50% off because my lifetime value will claw back that money. What I didn't realize is the consumer that buys on these websites is actually very stingy and cheap. They do not stay as a subscriber. They get that discounted first month and then they fuck off, right? So I'm left holding the bag, only getting paid 25% for that first order because obviously this website takes their cut too, and then I'm losing money. So unfortunately I had to close that business. But one thing I did do really well during this time when I was running e-commerce is marketing. And it's also the thing I enjoyed most. So what happened is a friend of mine said, could you please run my marketing? It started off that I was running everything. So posting on social medias, running the ads myself, literally doing everything, and for a very small amount of money too. But it got my foot in the door and I realized that this space, the agency space, is actually where I want to be. The first client I had, the services that I was running, I was doing Instagram, Facebook, posting on all of them. I was doing emails, I was doing their graphic design, all for about 2,000 Australian dollars a month because I lived in Australia at this time. So that equates to about, I think, 1,300 US a month. Now we have clients paying us over 20,000 US a month for just Google and YouTube services, which is our main bread and butter. So you can see how niching down, we'll talk about this later, but niching down, getting really, really good at something pays you so much more than being a jack of all trades. And during this time as well, I must say, I was working so many hours. I was literally grinding 12 to 14 hours per day and not really getting much for it. I did have a love of the game though, so I stuck at it. And at a time when most people fell off, I stuck at it and I found leverage. And that leverage is what allowed me to make multiple six figures a month now while working 4 hours per day. Systems, leverage, AI, which we'll get into later on. But this is the main game changer of how you get to this figure. Another thing that happened on my journey is at first, when I did decide to niche down, I went the meta route, so running meta ads. I soon realized that this skill was going to be dissolved, as in it wasn't going to be worth much anymore because creative was actually where the needle was being able to be moved in running meta ads. And because I didn't have a creative division, I knew soon enough I would be washed out. One thing I'm good at is I can see these trends moving before they happen. So I was one of the, not only people, but one of the early adopters that said, hey, get away from meta. I'll do Google and YouTube and I'll focus on this, get my foot in the door early, and then build a name for myself. So yeah, I went Google and YouTube, and at a time when not many people were really offering this service. The reason why I did this is because I knew that the media buying on these platforms was worth a lot of money still. So you as a professional media buyer or as a professional specialist, you were able to really give value to the clients by impacting their performance through media buying, no creative strategy as such. Obviously YouTube has a creative strategy, but we'll get to that later. I also now have a YouTube creative strategy team too, or a whole nother agency actually, but that's another conversation. That's growing really rapidly as well through everything that I've learned in the past couple years. As Backend Ad Lab, the main agency that I own now, we are a few years in. We've managed $150 million of ad spend collectively as a team. We've had clients come through the door spending $300K a month. Before they come to us, we get them up to 1 million a month with the exact same ROAS. This has happened time and time again. We've built this good name in the industry, and it's actually just getting easier and easier for us to outperform competitors due to this certain leverage that we've uncovered now. So systems, obviously, operations, and AI, they all come hand in hand. It's definitely the biggest pillar of leverage that we find in 2025 and coming into 2026. One thing that I would say that agency owners get it wrong from the get-go is this retainer model. It is terrible. You are charging per hour and not for the actual performance or the profit that you're going to provide the client, the value, right? So the way you should always look at an agency is, how can I give that client the most value possible, and I will take a small slice of that pie. No client ever is getting angry at me for me sending them a $20,000 bill because I've made them 20x that, right? But if you're stuck in this loop of 1, 2, 3K retainers, you really can't get paid for the value that you're bringing these clients. So build a solid team. That team is built through operations, everything. I hate to go on and on about it, but the back end needs to be solid. So you can do these performance models, but these performance models is what gets you out of the trenches. trenches, the agency trenches. You do not want, I guess, hundreds of clients when you could have a bit less, but paying you a very well amount, because you will find as well, these clients respect you more too. They are a different caliber of client. So here at AdLab, we charge on percentage of ad spend. This percentage of ad spend is tied to a ROAS minimum. So a client says to us, hey, as long as for every dollar of ad spend, you get us $3, $4, whatever it may be back, then you can spend unlimited amount of money. So our team is working tirelessly to achieve this and scale as much as possible. The more they scale, the more we bill. It's happy days for everyone. And obviously their profit is guaranteed because they have this ROAS minimum in the contract. And honestly, when I do get on a sales call, it's easy to close a deal because I say that our values are aligned. There's literally very little to zero risk for you, and the client is actually getting most of the upside. So it just makes everything a lot easier. And as long as you're confident in your team, your backend, your everything with your agency, it is a much better way to run it. Like I said, most agency owners are scared of this model because they're not guaranteed to get paid, but this is a pathetic way to look at it. Fix your shit, get your backend delivery working, optimized, better than your competition, and it won't be a risk for you. Like, I come into a sales call saying that I'll offer this to them with full confidence in my team, my backend, my operations, and we will deliver, and I will get a high billable from it. Another thing that happened, which was instrumental while I was growing the agency, was I moved from Australia. I was from Brisbane, if any of you know, from Brisbane, Australia to Dubai. Obviously now we're in a tax-free haven, which makes it a lot better to obviously reinvest in business or invest in things like securities, which is shares, whatever it may be, and then also to buy nice things. Yeah, it was crazy. I was thinking, this was last year, but I did buy a McLaren in cash, and it's crazy because I was sitting there thinking that I would have had to pay more than this car cost me in tax just for that 1 year. So it is crazy. Australia, I don't believe you get anything for the value of the money that you're giving, as in the tax you're paying. So why not move to a tax-free haven? I think that was a really good decision for me. Obviously, it depends on your situation and what you prefer to do. But for me, this was an extreme no-brainer. And it has allowed me to enjoy my life more and actually grow the business a lot better. Australia also has a huge tall poppy syndrome. You may hear it. So if you are doing well, people don't like to see it. They think a dollar that you have is a dollar you've taken from them. So if you have a nice car, they might chuck a coffee at your car or something extreme like that. I have seen it time and time again where people just don't like to see success. So you want to be in an environment that breeds success. So Dubai, for example, for me was an environment that breeds success. Everyone around me wants to see me do better. I want to see people do better that are around me too. We give advice to each other without expecting something in return, because we do know that the world has so much money. Because we look here, we see someone with a Bugatti. We look over there, we see someone with an under. So why would we hold this information tied to our chest? Why not collaborate with everyone and see what we can make of ourselves along the journey? The transition was difficult at the start. I must say, I had zero friends here in Dubai. I just came into it guns blazing, thinking the world would come to me. That's not how it works here. You really need to get out there, get out of your bubble and work for it. And nothing just lands in your lap. I know a lot of people think as well, you may move to Dubai and it'll make you rich. It definitely doesn't. You need to get out there, do the work first, and then it will reciprocate opportunities back to you. But yeah, I definitely recommend it for anyone who is extremely ambitious and wants to take that next leap. Another thing is, I didn't come to Dubai to work more. I came to work less and enjoy my life too. This comes into my obsession with systems. And first, before AI, it was my obsession with systems. Now it's my obsession with systems with AI. Most people use AI completely wrong. They use it as a conversational tool, which is honestly like using a race car for going to get groceries. It can do so much more than what you're using it for. And I think this is where most people are missing out. I use AI like a CEO. It does 90% of the work that I used to do previously. For example, we have this system which scrapes all of the information from Slack, all the conversations from all my clients and my team, and it condenses it into one report for me to read at the end of the day. So I know exactly what's going on. I know if there's any fires that need to be put out, and I know if there's any wins that need to be celebrated by the team. I know all the important aspects without spending my day just reading. Because if you can imagine, once you get a certain amount of clients, it's literally impossible, or I would rather jump off a cliff than read every single Slack thread out there. And if you are in the game, you know exactly what I mean. I don't read any Slack channels whatsoever now. It's just this one report at the end of the day, which lets me know exactly what was going on. We also have a Slack assistant that we built, which I can talk to and ask things about certain accounts, and it can have a conversation back to me and tell me, like, if this client churned, I would say, what were the warning signs that this client was going to churn? What were they saying to us before they were going to churn? Things like this, I can just have a full full-blown conversation and find information about the last 12 to 24 months with that client to help better the team to move forward and reduce churn in the future. Our whole outbound system is also automated now. It acts like me. It scrapes all the information from their LinkedIn, their X, to pretend that I've done the research to cold email e-commerce brands and say, hey, I saw you were at Lake Alaska or whatever on the weekend. That's awesome. My name is Patrick. I run Google Ads. Look at this brand. We just tripled in the last month, which is exactly like yours. I think we could definitely do it. So it has been an absolute game changer. I could just go on and on and on about the things that it's doing for my business right now, but I cannot recommend it enough. Please invest in it and please actually push yourself to learn this, because if you don't do it, it'll be too late and the agencies like mine will take over all the market share while you're still sitting back and running an agency like it's 2023. So to recap, environment, models, systems, AI, this is the main pillars that helped me become that Patrick in Brisbane that was earning 10K a month working at a cafe, scaling all the way up to 200K a month here in Dubai, and actually enjoying my life so much more, working less and building something with purpose. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what happens in the next few years. If you're an agency owner trying to figure it out, please like and subscribe. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm building this, the whole back end, everything, the curtain uncovered, the systems, the deals, all of it. See you on the next one.